Oh yeah. Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Jamison, and this is how I cook. I'm making Friday night dinner for me and my wife, and I'm gonna show you guys how I make lasagna. Up next on This Is How I Cook. So we got a pot here, and what we need to do is brown up a little bit of sausage, Italian sausage, and some beef. So I'm starting with some olive oil to help it out. And then what we're gonna do is start adding in our different meats. And I took the Italian sausage out the casing. So that's actual Italian sausage, but not within the casing. Perfect, so we're just browning up the sausage. Getting some color on this ground beef. And we're breaking it apart as we go. Nice thing about making your own lasagna, you control how much of everything goes into it. So we're putting in some sausage. We got here probably about 3 parts sausage, 1 part beef. You could do all pork, you could do all beef. It's totally up to you, but that's how I like making my lasagna. And what I want to do here is I want to scrape up all the brown bits that are forming down here in the bottom from this meat browning. And at the same time, I'm thinking about the lasagna. Like, how do I want the texture of the meat to be in there? You know, I want this broken down and more granular. Although you can make this however you want to. You can make this chunky, but I feel like if I'm gonna eat a piece of lasagna, I want it to kind of be nice and granular. As the sausage can be a little hard to break down. You just gotta keep smashing it. All right, so we've got McCormick thickened Zesty tomato seasoning, and this is gonna add some flavor and also some thickening agents into my sauce. So this is about half a pack, but once again, depends on how much you wanna put in there. Put a whole pack in there. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is gonna add some jar sauce here. This is Classico spicy red pepper. The reason I love, where tomato sauces are at right now is because you can get some really good sauces in the store, in the jar, that you don't have to make at home yourself. So this is Classico spicy red pepper sauce. And I like keeping these tomato sauces handy in the pantry, because then I can always make an easy, quick pot of something. So we got some dry basil, and I put in about a teaspoon worth. And this is just all to taste, right? You want more, you can put more. You want less, put about a teaspoon of garlic powder in there. Then we got my friend Mr. Accent, aka Mr. MSG. Just gonna sprinkle a little bit of this in here. That's about a teaspoon, maybe half. It's really about half a teaspoon. And then the last thing I'm gonna put in here is some oregano. Some dry oregano. So the last thing we just gotta do here is we're gonna stir all this together and incorporate it. And we wanna taste our sauce at the very end here to see if we need to put in a pinch of salt. Do that at the very end, after you've put everything in, so you know exactly where your sauce is at. And you see how thick this sauce has gotten because of those thickening agents in that McCormick spaghetti seasoning. All right, guys, so we're about to assemble our lasagna. And so I've got my little station here set up. One of the things we're starting with that's essential for my recipe to make it a quick Friday night dinner is that we've got these Rana lasagna sheets. These are fresh pasta sheets that you can get at your grocery store. And yeah, they're really convenient. Keep them in your refrigerator to give you a quick Friday night meal option. We've got our sauce here that we're gonna use to put onto the lasagna. We got some different cheeses, right? So we've got Sargento, 4 cheese Italian. I get pretty much whatever's on sale. This week it was Sargento, but then last week it was Kraft, so it's Kraft mozzarella. And then we've also got, just in case we run out of that Kraft mozzarella, we've got some whole milk Sargento mozzarella. So here's our pan. And what we're gonna do with our pan is I'm gonna just put a little bit of cooking spray in it. Not too much, because we got another way of dealing with the sheets wanting to stick to the bottom. Then I've got some of my sauce. I'm just gonna take and kind of splatter that in here. I'm not trying to make a layer necessarily, but I'm just trying to give my pasta sheet something to sit on top of other than just the bottom of my baking dish. Next thing we're gonna do is take our pasta sheet and slide it in here. And I got the wrong size dish, but that's okay. We'll just make a bigger, bigger batch of lasagna. So take another piece of it, you can kind of cut it, and that kind of helps you with your layer. And then what you want to do is come in here with some of more of your sauce, and now you make a proper layer. So I want this a little bit thicker. So we come in here and put some more sauce in. And all I'm trying to do is get a nice little layer of sauce and meat and cheese. Doesn't have to be perfect. Next thing we want to do, now that we got our sauce in place for our first layer, just come and put you some cheese in. This is about as much as you want. If you want more, put more. If you want less, put less. But we like our lasagna with some cheese in it. And then at this point, it's just wash, rinse, and repeat, right? Come back in with our sheet. And so you remember I put that piece of sheet here on this end, and I've got like this kind of cut piece that I've made. I put that to overlap it. That helps gives your lasagna some integrity. And with these pasta sheets, there's no magic to this, right? You can just lay it right on top of itself again. Come in, get you some sauce in here. So we're having fun with our lasagna. I've got some Parmesan cheese that's almost, empty. So what we're gonna do, just take some of that. No magic to this, just sprinkle it in, right? This is your lasagna. Make it how you want to. I'm not saying this is authentic, but this is how we eat it here at the house. This is how I cook lasagna. All right. So this is our top layer. So we're doing like I said, 3-layer lasagna. And what I want to do next is, since this is the very top of the lasagna, I'm going to come in with some ricotta cheese. This is whole milk ricotta cheese. It's double cream. This is really good ricotta. So I'm going to put a dollop kind of here, right? And you can do that. You don't have to do this in any particular order, but I'm just putting some dollops of this on top, kind of thinking about how we're going to cut this into different pieces. We're going to come in here and make the top of our lasagna nice and pretty. See, I'm not really trying to do too much here. I just want to get the top covered. So we got our ricotta cheese up there. We got our last layer of sauce. So the next thing we're going to do is come back here with more of our cheese. So this is the mozzarella. So this is our Italian 4 cheese. So I saved that for the very top of the lasagna. You can say, well, why'd you do that? No particular reason. I just think it's gonna be nice to have a cheese contrast on top as opposed to just mixed in. So the last thing I do, now that we've got the lasagna made, I'm gonna come in with some basil here, some more of my fresh basil. I just want that nice look on the top of the herbs and the different white cheeses here. So I'm just gonna come in and sprinkle this on pretty generously. So with these lasagna sheets, we wanna put our foil on top of this. Now, the way you can go about avoiding your cheese pulling off when you lift up the foil, you can spray your foil here with a little bit of oil where you think it's gonna hit the cheese. And the shiny side of the foil, that's your presentation side. And this dull side of your foil, that's your non-stick side. So we're gonna make it extra non-stick by putting that oil on top so that when our cheese, if it touches our cheese, it won't pull our cheese off when we lift up the aluminum foil. So with these ready-made sheets, I like to bake my lasagna covered because I want the steam that's in here to help finish cooking those pasta sheets through and through. And so we just wrap it real tight. Now you see here in the center, I'm trying to keep the foil from sitting on my cheese. So all we're doing here is just pulling the foil real tight. Yeah. And I'm gonna take my baking sheet and set my whole casserole dish onto the baking sheet. And I know you're saying to yourself, well, why are you doing that? One, the baking sheet is easier to grab out of the oven. Two, as this lasagna cooks, condensation may form and drip down out of my sheet, and I don't want that into my oven. So any drippings that are gonna come from this, if anything comes out, it goes into the baking sheet first. And then it makes it easier, once again, to maneuver the entire casserole dish in and out the oven. So we're just gonna put this in the oven at 385. I'm gonna let this bake for an hour, and then I'll check back with you. Hey guys, so we're about to take the lasagna out the oven. I'm gonna unwrap it and then broil it a little bit so I can get those nice brown specks on top of the mozzarella. And then we're gonna let that lasagna sit for probably 30 minutes to cool down so that it'll be more enjoyable. You don't wanna cut a really hot lasagna because it just runs everywhere on your plate. Smells delicious. See how easy it is to get this lasagna with one hand now because I got the cookie sheet underneath. Turn it over to broil. And this won't take long once we take this, we get the broil in. There we go. Now you can see here, I had a little bit of stickage happening, but not too bad. So that's our lasagna, and you can eat it just like this. You don't have to broil it, but I like broiling mine to put a little bit more browning on top. But we're almost there. I know you're saying, man, you got that oil there. Yes, from the sausage. Man, get you some bread. And as we would say in the country, you sop that up if you want to. Some crusty bread, but let me put a browning on top of this and show you what it looks like in about 5 minutes when it comes out the broiler. Oh yeah. And there you guys have it. This is our lasagna. And you can see those nice flakes of the herbs that I left on top. And so we want this to cool down because right now it's way too hot to cut. So let this sit here in your crockery for about 30 minutes or so until it gets to the temperature that you like. And then we're gonna come back and I'll show you what it looks like on the plate. I'm about to go take a shower and get ready for dinner tonight. You guys, if you follow along, you have an amazing lasagna now. You saw how easy it was to pull it together. And yes, you can add different ingredients. You can put mushrooms, peppers, onions. You can do whatever you want to your sauce. But the concept is pretty simple. Use those pre-made lasagna sheets that are already fresh and in your supermarket. You'll be able to pull this together in no time. All right, guys, it's time for the taste test. The pork and the beef, they work really well together. You get the flavor from the sausage, you get the texture from the beef, and then you got all this cheese. This is how I cook lasagna. Thank you guys again for watching. I'm Jamison, and this is how I cook. Be sure to hit that subscription button and turn on those notifications on the way out, and share this video for your own purposes or to help somebody else to make a good lasagna. Y'all take care.